Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. So today's video is going to be in part with my little scrapbook store. Now if you've never been here before, this is your first time, please consider hitting the subscribe button and hitting the notification bell to the right, and make sure you click all so that way you get all the notifications whenever I upload new content. So my little scrapbook store had a month-long, well basically a month-long crop. And for challenge number 2, which is shakecation, we had to create like a shaker element. You could either do a shaker card. Well, I decided to do a shaker title on my project. So I have Snug as a bug in a rug, and I've already attached my acetate to basically like my outline piece. And now I'm taking thin strips of foam tape. This is from Tailored Expressions. I'm trying to find what it's called. This is the foam sticky strips. You get 32 per package. And I want to say Michelle had these in her shop at one point. If she does, I will try and link it in the more section below. But I'm just showing you this. If you make the cut file, like if you make the frame part at least 1/4 of an inch wide, you can definitely fit your foam and get it worked out. And it winds up using, I want to say, almost all of the one package. But I'm just trying to make sure everything is butting up, and that way none of the shaker bits will fall out later. Okay, so I'm just trying to hold it up so you can see. And then I'm actually going to wind up doing most of this off camera because I just don't want you guys to have to suffer through all that. I mean, it does take a minute, you know. This is one of those things where sometimes I have to bring it up close to myself. Sometimes I gotta take a break, you know, and I don't want to make someone have to sit through watching me put these little strips of foam all around. But basically what you want to do is, even with cutting the individual pieces, you want to just make sure that it butts up. So right now I'm just showing you real quick so you guys can see what I'm trying to do. I'm just going to put a few pieces in here, and then I'll hold up that piece. So it's creating like a little well for your shaker bits. Okay, so now we're coming back. Everything is done. I've put all my gems in. I got all the stuff on. So I'm going to start trying to pull the backing pages or pieces off. Okay. It does fight me a little bit. And at one point I like wanted to scream because every time the backing wouldn't come off, I would have sequins and stuff all over the place, and I'd have to try and fix. And you'll see, I think I wind up doing that, and it gets all over the place. But that's why I pulled out my picker tool, so that way if I do find some that aren't going the right way, I can pluck at it and be done. So you can see here I'm straightening up because I had a little bit of an accident and I finally gotten it straightened up. And I'm just double checking, making sure all my backs, all my release paper is off of the foam. Okay, sometimes I would take it off as I was putting it down because it makes it easier for it to line up. But once I have it all off, then I'm just going to line up my words because I know that they should line up pretty evenly. And as long as I line it up that way, when I turn it around, it'll be a shaker. Isn't that fun? Now, the thing with die cuts, and that's the photo we're going to be using. So that photo with the Snug as a bug in a rug. And then we can decorate a little bit. I was going to use that kind of the blue paper there, but I remembered I also have some scrap paper from when I cut out the word Snug as a bug in a rug. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to trim it down, and I'm going to have enough left over that I can cut and use it as a photo mat for the main photo. All right. Sometimes you got to figure it out. I just had to figure a few things out. Get that piece off, and then I should have enough here that I can cut my mat. And I want to say I wind up doing the pattern paper to be next to the photo, and then I am going to cut a piece of this for the pattern paper to go on top of. So I like 2 layers on my mats. You can do just 1 paper layer. It's up to you. I know some people like Missy Whitten who uses tissue paper behind the photo. You know, you just gotta figure out what works for you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start putting this together. I got the smaller tape runner. I do believe this is available in Michelle's shop as well. And with it being August and the cooler months are coming around the corner, FYI for all of my art glitter glue fans, go get yourself stocked up, because in the winter months they do not ship. Okay, so this is the time. We're coming close to the end of summer. I always say make sure you load up on your stock, because you do not want to be caught off guard in the winter needing art glitter glue. Okay, so now I'm going to move some of the little bits that I still had on my desk and some of the gems, make sure they're closed up, and basically create, oh, I got a few sequins there. Oh, and that's what I had left as far as my foam strips. But now we're going to grab our pattern paper and figure out our layouts. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is how we're going to lay it. I'm going to start pulling out some things that may work or not work for the layout. I'm not 100% sure. I really like the clothespins from, I want to say it was a Jen Hadfield collection. But I don't wind up using it. I have it out, but I don't wind up using it, I think. So I'm going to pull out the Daydream collection. I'm still using this as well. And I know I've been kind of going through my Cocoa Vanilla stuff, and I've been working with Storyteller for this whole crop, and I feel so much better because I feel like stuff is getting used. You know what I mean? I'm that type. I hate that I only get or only do 1 or 2 layouts, and then I'm moving on to the next new thing that comes, and I feel like I'm not really using up my product. But on this one, it felt good to use some of these older ones, or ones where I've used it up enough. There's still some left. Like, it just, it just felt good. So I like this rainbow. It's a rainbow clip. It's also from that Jen Hadfield collection. As soon as I can figure out what the name of that collection is, I will tell you, because I had it over here. I can't find my stuff for it. Well, yeah. But it is, I want to say it's a Jen Hadfield collection. And then we're just going through. I'm grabbing some of the ephemera pieces, like the 2 houses, some of the hearts, and I think I even grab a couple of, to me they look like butterflies with their wings just in a like in a flight motion. I grabbed a couple of those to put, I was gonna put on the outside of the snug, but I decided to lay them on top. It's okay. You can still see the word. You know what I mean? And it gives a little dimension or a little bit of something, something to the actual cut file as well. And I did cut this out using my Silhouette. I have that machine. I always forget that I have it. I have a Silhouette 3. I don't have the most recent one, but I like it. And for me, I got the software. Okay, so now we're gonna start gluing things down as far as the elements that we put down, the embellishments. So I'm gonna start gluing down the good vibes or good vibes, good life. Oh, Lord help me. And I'm going to start gluing down the butterflies and things like that. So as I'm doing that, make sure, if you're not already, I know I say this all the time, but I really do enjoy being a part of the My Little Scrapbook Store community. It's a great group of ladies, and Michelle is so sweet, and I like ordering from her. She takes really good care of her customers, and being on her design team has really been very exciting for me. So I guess what happened was I was just laying everything out on there. I didn't glue everything down. So we're going to just start gluing everything down. And what I did off camera, I made a photo. I took a photo with my phone. So then that way I would know where everything needs to go. And I'm just going to start putting everything down. And I'm grabbing the snug in a rug so I know where my photo needs to lay compared to the sentiment. All right, and we're just gonna keep basically laying everything down. So I know I had some hearts up at the top, and I'm gonna put some at the bottom, and then I'm also gonna add some gems, you know, to kind of tie in the fact that we have some gems in the shaker. I think these are the sequins, some of the sequins that had basically not getting into the shaker bits. They had fallen on the desk. So I was like, well, let me put some up here. Why not, right? Create like a little sort of like cascade of hearts and really the shaker bits that I had used, you know. And then I remembered, I'm like, oh, this particular collection, Daydream, came with sequins. So they had these gold leafy things. So I'm going to put them in the middle section where you have as a and in a. I'm going to put them right there in those corners. And then I took some of their sequins and added it to the ones that I had on the desk already. And it all ties together. It really does. So once I got those few, I was like, okay, so let's start gluing these down. Let's start with snug. And I'm just going to start putting some tape runner down. A little bit was hanging out of some of the foam, so I trimmed it real quick. And I'm not putting a whole lot of tape runner, but I'm just doing like a few scrapes just to get some of it on there, and then we're going to take the art glitter glue and really go around each of the words. And then once we get that done, we're going to flip it over and attach it. This one was so much fun. As soon as I saw the cut file, I knew I wanted to use it with this picture. Thank you to Beatrice, who said you should turn it into a shaker. And here is what you get. So, you know, I'm getting ready to send this layout to her because this is her adorable grandson. And so, yeah, I'm gonna add this to the collection of layouts that I've done for her of him, so that way her and her daughter can use them in their scrapbook if they want, because he's just a fun model, isn't he so cute? Okay, we're gonna glue down the rest of the sequins and hearts that we may not have put down, and then the only thing left will be to splatter. All right, we're just putting a few things down there. I guess I decided at this point, like, maybe I should do it correctly and use the pickup tool. That may help. And then I got everything on. It's shaking great. And then off camera, I'll do the splatters. So here are the close-ups. They're going to be coming up. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Like I said in the beginning, if this is your first time and you've made it this far, please consider hitting that subscribe button and hit the little bell so that way you're notified whenever I upload new content. I would so appreciate having you a part of this little community here. And if you have any comments or questions, definitely leave them down below. I love reading y'all's comments and, responding to them, okay? So thanks again, you guys, and I hope you have a great day.